Really excited to come back home and play in front of our fans on Saturday. Had a good bye week to reset, refocus, re-energize, kind of allow our guys to connect back with their family and friends over the weekend. And now we're pushing on to JMU. We had our normal Tuesday practice today. JMU presents a lot of different issues on both sides of the ball. We're really all three phases. They're a very well coached team. Defensively, they are very stout in the middle. They have a couple of 320, 30-pound guys that really anchor really well. Their linebackers are fast, experienced, and they play really complementary football. They show a lot of different fronts on all downs. They always have a good game plan. They always change their game plan based on the opponent they're playing. So that first series or two, we got to find out what they're going to try to do before they get into their kind of base defense, if you so call it. Offensively, they got two quarterbacks, got some really good skill guys. I think their O-line and running backs are exceptional. They got a really solid football team. It's going to take our best effort to execute at a high level, play with physicality, try to play as clean as possible where we don't beat ourselves. Got to stop their explosive runs and passes, and we got to create some explosives on offense and play well on special teams with great effort and all the little things, the details, and just be dialed in from an assignment standpoint. With that, I'll open up for questions.
You mentioned the reset over the bye week. I guess aside from the mental, what you mentioned, getting away, even what was the approach over the practices you had during that period to kind of reset?
Well, we did a self-scout on ourselves in all three phases, kind of looked at things we were doing, tendencies that we had, and tried to maximize who we can play, putting those guys in the right position to make plays, and sometimes it goes back to the call, sometimes it's a lack of execution, so we just really dialed in on ourselves and just playing cleaner football in all three phases and putting people in the right spots.
And penalties are a part of that. Penalties have been an issue last couple of games, and I'm sure it's something you're emphasizing every week of practice, every practice. But I guess, is there any way to add further way to replicate how it's going to work in a game with penalties, just kind of further the message on that front?
Yeah, certain penalties you can't. It's just the pre-penalties and the post-snap penalties. Jumping off sides, not keying the football. Those are things that can be corrected, and we have punishment for those type of things. The subjective penalties that's in the referee's hands, whether they make the call or not make the call, you can't really control that. It's all in there from their viewpoint, but we just got to make sure we don't have the personal fouls, illegal shifts, illegal motion, make sure we're set on offense, make sure you got 11 men on the field, the things that we can control. The other penalties, I want our guys to play fast, fearless, and not cautious from that standpoint. So they can call holding every single play if the refs decide to. They can call pass interference or holding on DBs if they decide to. So we want our guys to play aggressive and don't be scared.
Coming off Nashville, was it hard to have a week off and wait another week to put that past you, or was it good to have some time?
Actually, it was good for us, in my opinion, just because of the injuries and trying to get guys back and allowing the guys to kind of reset and refocus, concentrate on their academics, kind of catch up from that standpoint, and getting their bodies right. I mean, you know, the teams that we played and all those games were physical games against higher level competition, and those type of things kind of take a toll on your body. So it was much needed. Of course, you never want to go into a bye week with a loss, and the first opportunity we'll get that taste out of our mouth is this week.
Did you do anything together as a unit last week, or just all our guys to do things individually?
No, we did our basic practices. Like I said, we did a big self-scout with the coaches, emphasized the things we wanted to emphasize to our players. We actually shortened practice, and we allowed guys that hadn't been getting a lot of reps really advance their development and get more reps and just continue to develop the roster because it's a long season. Still got 8 opportunities to go, and just never know whose number's going to be called. So just making sure we're developing our scouts and threes to the best of our ability.
Heard you mentioning that to them out on the field after practice today, that you still had 8 games the importance of reaffirming that with them. There's a lot of football left to be played.
I was reaffirming that it's only 8 opportunities and it goes by really fast. So we have to maximize this opportunity. We can't look to those, but 4 are gone already. And all the work that you put in from January through spring ball, through fall camp, summer conditioning, you got to make those 8 opportunities that we have left count.
There's obviously a lot of football left to be played, but it very well could be that 3 of our out-of-conference, opponents could be playoff teams. So now you go into conference play, and it's kind of a new season, and with that point that I just made, it's, you guys are playing very tough teams, right? So I'm not saying the competition is going to be any less, especially with JMU, but, now it's a new season, it's a new approach. Is there kind of a new mentality for the team this week?
I wouldn't say necessarily a new mentality. Every game, the next game is going to be the most important game because it's the next one. But our guys understand this is a division game. This game holds more weight than playing the Sun Belt West. So they understand that this game matters. It's our first conference game. JMU has played one and they're up on everybody. So in order to avoid depending on someone else, we have an opportunity to take care of our own business and not rely on another team to beat someone. So that's what's at stake right now.
How do you balance some of the things you're playing against good teams versus stuff that pops up on tape that you want to get corrected, that it's like some of this is who we played, but some of this was internal, and how do you balance that message of not saying like it's okay you're 1-3 because this is who you played, but also not just saying, Yeah,
no, we expect to win. We go into every football game expecting to win. But the film doesn't lie. So when we see the mistakes that we make, the player has to be honest. The coaches have to be honest. Was this a good call? Was the scheme correct? So we all got to take accountability into what goes into the game, what happens after the game, and how we process that as an organization. So we don't look at it and say, we played 3 tough teams, so we're supposed to be in this position. No, we gave up 70 points, we gave up 63 points, and that's not the standard. And we didn't score enough. So we didn't meet our goals, and we go over that weekly. So no matter who you play, you got to have goals and standards, and those things have to be addressed from the player standpoint and coaches.
You mentioned health. How are you from a team perspective on health?
We got a lot of injuries. We do. Hopefully we'll get some guys back, but it's no excuses. So the next man up mentality for me, that's just part of my DNA, and we got to get the guys ready that are capable and healthy to play.
You mentioned that they have 2 quarterbacks. We're going to continue to see 2 quarterbacks for Georgia
For
State.
us?
Yes.
Yes.
With I guess JMU, good rushing attack, I guess what are going to be some of the keys for your defense to be ready for what they're going to bring?
Play with physicality, try to dominate the line of scrimmage, got to tackle, got to leverage the football, got to populate the football, and then they got some gadgets off every play. They do a good job with their scheme as well. So got to be able to stop deep shots, and we can't allow the quarterback to make easy throws across the middle of the field in between the hashes. The quarterbacks, both of their quarterbacks have run capability. They're dual threat guys, and like I said, they're well coached, but we got to have a hard hat mentality on defense that we got ready to strike and stop the run. And if we can win the rush battle, I think whoever wins the rush battle will have the best opportunity to win.
And I guess on the other side of things, what are things you want to try to do to kind of jumpstart the rushing attack that's maybe not been to the standard you want it to be at?
Yeah, we just got to get on the same page, got to commit to it, and got to go and do certain schemes. Now, JMU does do a lot of things that, we got to make sure that we're processing and putting our players in the best position to be successful. So I can't say that it's going to be an all-out ground attack. We got to make sure we're taking what they give us. We got to be able to adjust in between series and talk about what they're doing and call plays according to that.
You mentioned that you had a good bye week, so just what are some of the things that you saw that you liked out of the team during the bye week?
Yeah, just got got a chance to develop a lot of our other guys. 2s and 3s got a lot of reps. The 1s did as well. Just worked on basic fundamentals, communication on defense, communication in spots on offense, decision making by the quarterbacks, getting the ball out of our hands, then all the other intricacies of what we're trying to do this game.
How do you balance maybe stuff you see on tape from a guy who's been a 1 that's like that's not going well enough, and a guy's going hard in practice maybe behind him as a 2 or a 3, between giving that guy a chance to continue, like he's earned the job, versus giving another guy reps in the game?
Yeah, whoever does the best in practice and they show growth, then that's how you earn reps. I mean, all I can do is go by how we practice. How you practice is how you play on Saturday, in my eyes. So if you don't practice well, you're probably not going to play well. So we're a earn it basis team. You show us you can do it on a consistent basis, and you're not a one-hit wonder, then you'll earn, a role, and you'll get more touches, carries, whatever the case may be in all 3 phases.
And I guess in the new age of college football, redshirt rule and the portal being what it is, have you had to have any conversations with any players who are maybe unhappy with how much they're playing, wanting to redshirt, move to the portal?
I'm not concerned about what they're unhappy about. Got a player who wants to play, who's committed to our team goals, who's committed to their brothers in the locker room and on the field, and those are the guys that'll play. So we don't care about nobody's feelings from that standpoint, because that's just life. You're committed to this team for right now, and we're committed to each other. So we expect all of our guys that's involved to keep that positive mindset.
Coach, before you get away, can I ask you a Chad Powers question?
Who?
Chad Powers question.
Who is that?
The movie that was filmed here inside your stadium.
Okay.
Just your thoughts about that experience, what you remember about it, and are you going to watch it?
I didn't really see it. Like I said, I don't even know who Chad Powers is. I know the movie you're talking about. I remember the Madden more than the Chad Powers deal.
Okay.
Because I got a chance to come on the field and met some of the actors, and that was a neat experience. But I didn't get the opportunity to meet Chad Powers, or what's the actor's real name?
Glenn Powell.
Oh, see, I don't watch. That's on Netflix.
Hulu.
You only have Hulu, so I won't be watching that. I don't have none of that stuff. So
It's coming out this week. I know they redecorated the place. They were the South Georgia Catfish.
I remember the signs now that you brought. Okay, I remember the signs. Okay, yeah, I remember them filming it. That was in the spring.
It was last fall, I think.
In the fall.
I think so.
Man.
We showed up and there was the stuff all over. It's like, oh.
Yeah, it was interesting, but yeah, I'm not a big TV guy, or I'm working on us or watching football. So.
All right.
Is there more questions?
Thank you.
Thank you.